Hey everyone, my name is Kabi and today I'm going to show you the game that I recently played in the tournament that we've hosted among the Russian community. In this video I forgot to switch to the English language interface and voicing, so I'll get you guys to bear with this. And this tournament was a bit special. Usually, as you probably know, I host tournament and don't play in them. But this time around, Altair, one of our strongest players, was hosting the tournament, which was a bit not really weird, but rather a bit special, because this is actually the second one of this series where we played on the stock accounts. So we all have the exactly same accounts, and there weren't too many players in the tournament because you really had to do stuff in order to participate. You had to record videos prior to the tournament and also after that to prove that you didn't use any resources, that you didn't level up a single thing. But the pros is that we obviously are all on the exactly same strength on the units, buildings and so on. Still, obviously, the winners are the same because skill matters the most, but it is at the same time an interesting experience. And apart from just being like exactly equal, which is not always the case for War Legends, it is also a bit out of the meta technically, and many strong players also told about this kind of stuff, this kind of tournament, that on the stock accounts the build orders don't really work because everything is messy a bit, like economy is slower, workers are slower, they mine gold slower because they bring less with each the bag, so everything is a bit out of point. But that is really the case for the strong players, and I don't really care that much about that. And this happens because I don't really play the build orders, because I'm now 25 years into StarCraft, and I was playing the build orders all those years, since like late 1998 probably, when the Brood War came out. And I was trying to learn something and play cool fancy builds, and when I was hired for War Legends I said probably that's enough. In this game I'm just gonna have fun, I'm not gonna learn a shit, and I will be just doing like I feel it, and that is why I don't really care if my worker gets the gold slightly slower, just may do so, and I don't care. Not like it is really my advantage, because it is rather an arrogance, but at least I don't care. So anyways, I face the guy who's called Victor. His name is somewhat more complicated, but I know him not really in person, but we talk to each other in the social networks. So we also played on the main accounts, and I believe we're about equal in terms of skill. Our latest game on ladder were really fascinating, I believe, but now we also face each other in the tournament, very first round. So this is what we do on this map, called the Great Divide, if I remember correctly, and I decided to start off the Goblin tech, which I really like. We also buffed it a little bit in the last balance changes, and probably it's not really great again, but at least a bit better. And obviously on this map there is the sea, so I don't want to let my enemy get and loot the chests for free, so I go for at least one ship to then find out if I really need to get more. Not sure if you noticed that, but I also went one farm into Rex, so that is pretty much an echo build, and our top players also tend to build the sawmill first, then the farm, and then the Rex. I don't really feel that one too much, because I feel like before tier 2 you usually have enough wood, even if you don't build the sawmill first, but particularly on the map with the sea it is probably still a good idea. I also rallied my goon, by the way, to the shore of the enemy to make sure if he does or does not go to the wharf too, because I really need to know if I need more than one ship. Probably he's playing a dedicated ground strategy, then I obviously just need one ship to loot both of my chests. You can see how I get it on 453. That means that right now there will be chests, but I forgot that for a split second, but then I recalled, and of course first I need to get that chest and then go to the enemy's one. But he has a shipyard, so probably he's gonna loot his chests too, but if I didn't build a shipyard, he would loot 2 chests, and I don't really want that. That is the reason to get at least one. But on this map you can't really destroy the base from the sea, and that is why you need to be really cautious about how many ships you're gonna get. Because on this map you can actually even ignore that, because the only thing that ships will be able to hit for sure is the enemy's shipyard, obviously, and also the default tree mining line. But they can as well move the tree mining to the other location, and then your ship will be around useless. So I'm trying to be cautious too, not building too many. I'm also pulling back my ship, because it seems like the sloop is a little bit stronger, or probably... Oh, he can't be leveled higher than me in this tournament, right? So probably just sloop is a little bit better than the schooner. I'm not really sure, honestly. As I said, I'm not like diving too deep into such kind of things. So I just feel what I feel. And anyway, what I feel right now is to take the Manuel. And also up to the 3rd tier of the main building, and at the same time going to the Dark Gate tech and obviously the Undead obelisk. Because what is meta now, but I haven't started using it way before we started beta actually. That idea of like 2 or 3 gates Venom Spitchers. So in this game I'm gonna switch to the Venom Spitchers too, and I'm not really too good aware of what's my enemy up to, but I believe that he's probably going elves, and what I expect is the 2 heroes, Paladin and the Princess, and also the archers, probably then to the wind mages, somewhat that basic and standard light stuff. And you can see how I still dwell on the alchemist and a bit of goons. So I'm not really investing much into something else, and it seems that so far my prediction is correct. My enemy is occupying this watchtower, but he definitely don't want to fight in this battle, so I was able to pull him back. And what about the mid chest? It seems that I was way too late for it, so it went for Victor. And I also assume that I'm about to lose the ship, so I'm building another one, and that's not really good stuff to me, because I lost a chest and I'm also losing the ship. And at the same time, I leveled up a lot of things. I leveled up the Dark Gate and also the Rex, and I'm leveling up the 2nd Dark Gate, and I also want to level up the Undead Obelisk, but I don't have enough enough woods, I mean, so far. I wasn't able to start that off yet. So I decided I'd be looking if he forgot or not to take the chest. Probably his ship is low, and if he didn't build another one, that I can probably take the ship down. Alright, that was a low HP ship from me, so I just casually lost it, but I also picked up the shipyard. So that will allow me to build the galleon, the strong and invisible unit, but I decided to start off with a schooner, which is faster, and I also have enough resources for that. So I'm about to take the chest. I mean my own one, my own sea chest, not the enemy's one, because it is almost 10th minute mark, so I even use the hiring acceleration to get it faster. I also see that I didn't have enough lumber many times, so I decided to add a couple of walkers. It is also worth mentioning that on this level, on the stock account, we don't have as much food. The maximum we can get is not 124, but only 112. And right now it is not 96, but only 89, so it is not like way less, but significantly. Notably, probably would be correct word. It is notably less. Alright, now we face a princess who was probably about to get a chest, but I already acquired it. But I thought that I'd probably... My idea here was to go on the golden idol and loot the golden idol and probably even farm zombies on that, but I ended up thinking that I'd not be going there, because I don't really want to have the princess doing her princess stuff in my backwards, in my mining line. So I decided to go back and take care of that one, and even build a tower, because I was like expecting the enemy to probably engage at me. The princess firing the workers, and actually I might be losing a lot, but you can see that I am floating up to almost 2k gold. So I don't really give a heck about the workers, honestly. And I don't really think it was a good trade for the princess, because the princess goes down, and to me replenishing the workers is like no trouble at all. I just order like 5 workers. And Galleon is on the way, so what's happening? I'm not really getting anything good in this game, but I'm just getting the infrastructure. I have 2 dark gates, and also the wrecks are the 2nd tier. I'm good up in supply, and still only 1 hero, which right now, as I'm watching the game with you guys, I feel like probably having only 1 hero was a mistake. I'm also using the Eye of the Providence to see where my enemy is, but actually he was way closer. And I used my Venom Spitzer to learn if he even captured the Manuel. We can see that he did, so I'm sending a zombie that back way throughout the top left corner, sorry. But at the same time I'm also capturing the watchtower, which is about to become mine. But okay, he captures at the back, and I don't really feel fighting right now, because I have this guy. So I'm sending it because the Galleon has a long firing range. So the reason to me to send a Galleon over there to block the trees mining line, and starting to just pull an attention of my enemy to it. At the same time he attacks me here. He has a lot of wind mages now, so obviously I need more Venom Spitters too, but I'm supply capped, so fighting is okay for me. I don't really have a lot to shoot air, really, but I have my auras. My Venom Spitters are obviously amplified by the Totem of Orcs. The living targets are also amplified by the Goblin Lord, so the fight seems to be going really good for me, and at the same time here comes the Galleon who shoots the mining lane. Actually, the wind mages use a lot of gold, not wood, so probably he scattered gold mostly. We exchange with the scrolls, as we both have the mana wells control. I use the Rockfall and he used the Snowstorm, and it seems like Snowstorm was way better this time around. Probably I actually didn't use the Rockfall on point, as I think right now as I'm watching this, because you need to remember that the flying units are not in the spot where you can see them. So it appears like they're somewhere, but in fact they are where the projection is. And you really better to use the aiming mode for the scrolls if you are about to hit the flying targets. I probably like plainly used it to the other position, not where they were. And that's why all those wind mages survived, and I'm in a bit of trouble right now, because he's attacking my base. The only good thing for me is that I have an orc tower that really takes care of the wind mages. Also a bit of the venom speeders out, because among all the action I also take my time to rebuild the units. So I'm trying to get the venom speeders, and suddenly I found that my galleon, it seems, also destroyed the shipyard. So I was like, alright boy, good boy. And the wood mining, the wood cutting is entirely denied on this part of the map, but there is a lot of trees. There were a lot of trees, so probably that's not a problem for Victor. Here is the low HP knight. Probably I'm about to kill it with the zombie and then get my chest, and I'm sending the worker to get a second one. I have enough resources right now and I'm almost supply capped, so it's better to use the worker than the army unit, than the battling unit. And as far as my opponent lost all of his units in his attack, I'm about to apply my own. Alright, I'm not sure what happened there with the zombie and the knight. I can't remember it from the game, but probably the zombie was pursuing the knight and faced the other one and dead eventually. Alright, we can see the end of the story. This is the second knight now, and he killed the zombie. Now I know what happened. But anyway, the chest didn't go to my name, but all the rest went fine. Because there is a workshop of the second tier, and I've been adding the drills for some time now. And now I recall that I was also about to go the quick second base. That was the idea in my head when I was loading into this map. But then a lot of stuff happened, so I clearly forgot that I was about to take the second base, because it is not protected. This map in one-on-one is special because the second base is not even protected and it is behind your main base. So it is a really interesting opportunity to get a quick second base. But I'm just getting it to sort of secure my win, but it seems that my win is pretty much secured already. And the reason for me to win, I believe, was the right decision making. So I was not really engaging where I didn't have to. And probably I took a bad fight in the middle of the map, but I just misplaced my rockfall. But before that I also added a static defense, and engaging that one with the wind mages wasn't really a great call from Victor, because obviously wind mages do the magic damage, so they don't really hit buildings good. Probably he should have gone the ballistas instead and hit my base from afar, but he didn't make that call and also lost the C, and that secured the victory for me, so I won in the first round. Then I ran into Domino, probably the strongest player right now. I'm not sure if you guys really want to see that game, but if you want, then let me know in the comments. And apart from that, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.